that's what comes up for people in the practice. But we want it out, right? We don't want it locked in, like closing our heart and protecting ourselves. So it's a totally different version of reality. So that detoxing process, even though it's uncomfortable and kind of icky, is so good. It's like clearing out an old closet. We first open the door and all the crap comes pouring out, and then, then we reorganize it, keep some stuff, throw it out. So it's really quite a powerful practice, and fun as possible, right? You know, that's why we have the funny games and be silly about it, and then do a little break dancing in there, you know, when we're working on balance, when we're working on the pivot points, when we're working on keeping the hips level. Do you want to try scorpion?
Yes.
Okay, let me help you with that. So, nice and tight. So why don't you just get into it from the ground so you don't have to use the leg loops, so you can just pull it down to the waist.
Pull it down to the waist. Okay.
All the way to the hips, a little bit lower. Yeah.
Okay. And then wrap the legs.
Perfect. Yes. So then bring the hands to the ground. Now you can just skip them. Bring the hands to the ground. Walk them forward towards me. So handstand arms, right? Now pull your feet towards your head. Keep your knees open. Nope, the other way. And now arch, so push your heart down towards the ground. And now lean back with your head. There you go. That's it. So bend your knees a little bit more. Bend your knees so your feet come down towards your butt. Feet together. There you go. So you're not going to go very far, but this is going to help you open the heart.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
So it's looking up.
Yes, so leaning back like this. So you're really trying to get your feet to your head, but
so my shoulders are not over my wrists, they're being pushed back.
No, you stay shoulders over wrists like in handstand.
Okay.
So imagine if the swing wasn't there, right? You would have to stay stacked.
Got it.
Keep your hands forward.
Okay.
You're like,
imagine it's still there.
I'm glad it's still there. Yeah. There you go. Okay, good. So in Anusara, so you're like this. Drop your shoulders in. Yes. Drop your heart down towards the ground, and now press back. There you go. There you go. Now your shoulders are plugged in.
Okay.
And where was she before? Sort of like
Push
here?
up. Yeah. So when you're pushed up like this, you're unplugged. Sorry, on you. Now you drop in, so heart comes down, but don't crunch your neck. So then lengthen through the neck, and then head comes back towards the feet. Yes. Keep plugging in. Plug your shoulders in. Drop them down. Yes. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. That's it. That's how the heart opens.
Okay.
It is. That's really tricky, and I would only go into that much detail if I was working with people who were a little bit more advanced and know the body mechanics. Good. And down. Okay. So that was 6 and 7. Vinyasa flow with the swinging. Now, obviously, we've done star. We've done namaste. So when it says wide straddle, can you guys pencil in ladle in there before the wide straddle? Just write in ladle after namaste before wide straddle. So wide straddle handstand is, because we have to come into handstand arms, would be so like I said, this is shorthand, and there's some steps in there that,
Straddle is the
handstand.
Okay.
So we have to come into wide straddle handstand first, and then we do up dog, down dog, and then roundhouse flip. So up dog and cobra is before the roundhouse flip, obviously. So just kind of switch that order. Set. You guys will all get a copy of this through Google Docs, and I'll make some adjustments with that. So I just wanted to go over one more time the pivot point in the hips. Okay. And if you're up for it, we can practice it together. Just watch first. And I'm just going to switch. So star, namaste, ladle. Okay. So this is wide straddle handstand. I have to push my feet down to keep those, because otherwise they will slide up, right? So I push my feet down. Up, So cobra is like this. This is for people who don't like the shoulder. So cobra is just bent elbows.
Okay.
Okay? Up dog, down dog, or cobra. Cobra would just be relaxed. You'll see some people like that better. So when I pull forward, I use my tuck. So I use my momentum. So I tuck. And then I push my hips down. Like it's like my core engages just to lower my center of gravity. If you don't push your hips down, the center of the gravity is up.
And the neck works.
Yeah. So this is the pushing down. And then obviously, so notice when I push back, even though I'm going into a back bend, my hips are lifting. So I'm keeping that lever between my hips and my head. So my hips come up, my head comes down. My hips come down, my head comes up. I'm keeping that lever, that plank in the body. So if I don't lift my hips, I get stuck like this. So we're not doing the dancer version.
Yeah.
We're doing the plank. So when I'm here, so as soon as I sit up, my hips start to come down. So that was the part where you guys were getting a little stuck in there. So I just want you to practice, and it's the same when we get into the swing and do this. So I want you guys to practice lowering your center of gravity here, just for the fun of it, you know, just to get the flip, but also just to get the pivot point in the body. And you can come into it. Just try it a couple more times. Are you up for it?
Yeah. I kind of want to see how you would spot for that, like if you're trying to like assist somebody into that position.
Yeah, well, I would spot them by telling them to hold on to the swing.
Okay.
Right? So they're here, and I would say reach up, grab for the swing, head up, hips down.
Okay.
Let them use the swing to pull. So the swing is spotting them. But you can also, I don't think anybody would really get stuck. So go ahead and get in the swing, and I'll show you how I spot them, because normally what you need to do is spot the legs. You can follow along. It's the same spot I diffuse. The swing comes down to the waist. Use your forearms to press it down. Really good. Yeah. Great. Walk yourself forward. So my spot, so pull up through here. My spot is this normally. And your legs can be a little bit more in a V. Don't bring them so wide so you can engage. Good. Okay. Yeah. So my spot is usually like this for people.
Okay.
Because the feet like the float. Okay, so walk your hands forward a little bit more. Keep your feet heavy. Yeah, okay, now press your heart down towards the ground into an up dog, upside down dog. Yes, stay tucked here and push down here. So start to isolate these two parts of your body. I know. It's because your shoulders are untucked. Pull your shoulders down your back.
So you're trying to do, I'm not trying to do this.
Not too
that
much.
Or that.
So you want to do both. So not too much though. So just right, right?
There.
Yeah. So it's like you're on a diagonal on the body, like that. Right, feet down.
That's what I'm talking.
It's all right. You just want to find the balance.
Okay.
So just think of a straight line, because you're bringing your hips back
And the
over
lower-
your head. Too much.
And the
Yeah.
lower ribs are in, or you're stretching?
Lower ribs. Yeah, well just keep the ribs in so the heart can open.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that you can see the tightness in the shoulders for people.
Yeah.
I know.
That was getting intense with
I
it.
know. It's intense, right? So when I do it, I'm just going to do it one more time for you guys. Let me do it this way so you can see when I'm upside down.
So when you're kind of unconscious of that place, which I am, I think.
Well, every person has what's the word? It's
Yes.
their vice. You know what I mean? It's like it's their go-to spot. You know, the weakness in the body. And for me, I'm going to exaggerate. I also am like this, right?
Yeah.
So that's unengaged. So to engage, that's why I pull forward. Now notice that this is unplugged, this is plugged.
Okay.
Okay? So this is unplugged.
Okay.
Kind of unplug everywhere. It really hurts the joints to unplug. So I'm plugging in and then I'm pulling. So it's really strong. And then I really have a lot of weight in my legs. But I'm not like this. Are you watching?
Yeah, I'm watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not like this. I'm pulled down with my legs, so my core is engaged. And then when I press back, I stay plugged in. I press back, my heart comes down towards the ground. My lower body didn't move. I didn't do this. But I'm not like this, right? So nice long line of energy in the body. So that's why I pull forward. So you have to kind of plug in, and then press back. It's really hard. If you do it correct, it's really challenging. And then when I pull forward to sit, my feet stay heavy the whole time. So I'm really bringing weight into the lower body. And then when you get it, it's really fun because you're not straining any part. You're using the entire length of the torso instead of being, you know, like the accordion.
Yeah.
It's just one pillar.
Yeah, I love that, like, rotation just right in the head. It's like almost
Yes.
like you don't even move.
Exactly,
Yeah.
I don't. It's so effortless. It's just, and that's free energy. It's momentum. Seriously, this will change everything once we start tapping into our own free energy. Then we're just not going to fall for it like I was talking about last night in the engine and stuff.
Yeah.
Where we're like muscling. You can see people who muscle through life. They tend to be bulky and out of balance and kind of heavy feeling.
Yeah.
And then the people who use like martial arts, the ninjas, they're just powerful, right? And they're just like quick. So everything's lined up and stacked. It's really cool. Okay guys, so up dog, down dog, cobra, roundhouse flip. I'm not going to teach the roundhouse flip in a beginning workshop, you know this.
Yeah.
Well, besides the fact that you guys didn't learn it yet, I will try today if all goes well. But it's the changing planes of existence that it winds up turning into the circus show. I have to go around and each person and bring their legs down and they get stuck and their legs are in the back and they're hurting their, you know, they're overarching and hurting themselves and it turns into a whole show. A whole show. Okay, so do you want to practice Superfly Snuka or do you guys just want to talk about it? Come down?
Maybe let's do it one more time. Sometimes need refreshers.
I'm good.
Perfect. Yeah, this is good. Take a break. That way you'll be, okay, good. So Superfly Snuka is, the beginning sequence is the inversions. So this is what's great about, because I used to just try to teach it like this, where we would pop up into it like we did yesterday. And most people would get stuck right here.
Yeah.
Because this pivot point, you notice I can do it really slow, and it's effortless. Mainly because it's the same. So my head comes up, my feet come down.
Yeah.
Same leverage. Okay, if people aren't leveraging energy yet, it's going to be really challenging for them to get into it. So we learned it through Peaceful Warrior. This is all number 5, or number 6, excuse me. So from Happy Buddha, we arch, and then what we have to do is lift the chest. Lifting the chest is something we're going to learn tomorrow. But I will, if that doesn't happen, so you will notice half the people cannot do this move. And I'll show you how to do it, how to practice it on the ground. Okay, from there, the other part where people get stuck is the backpack. I have to grab and push my elbows towards the sky. You can't grab from up here. Okay? It has to be under the arms. And then lift with the chest. And come up. Back to skydiver. Bend the knees. This is very important. The knees are not like this. You might be on the inside. They need to be on the front side of the plane. From here, I push my legs straight up and down after I tuck, right? So I tuck first, push straight up and down, hands have to come down to the ground. So I go like this, I'm going to lose my anchor, and then try and arch from the heart.